Happy New Year. This is Bill McAfee with Empire Title. I want to wish you and yours a Happy New Year. And you wouldn't believe how many boas they had to kill to get that thing around my neck. This year I've decided to turn over a new leaf. Grow the hair out. Hey, we're moving on, kids. We're going to recover the Pikes Peak multiple listing system. And actually not recover, we're going to cover it, all right? We're going to take a look here at the average price. That was in the 2008 area and going up, and you notice there was, that would be December of this year. And just to let you know, we're trending up. In fact, if you look at this, this is the slide we just looked at, but on a running average. Notice the peak here and notice where we are right now. That's about a 17% decrease. Now, don't get all freaked out on me, but I'm going to say something here, all right? We have a lot of bank-owned inventory. My sources are telling me that it's probably going to come out at a rate about 4 to 5 times more than it did last year. If that does, I'm anticipating a little softening in prices, maybe 4 to 5%. Don't freak out. Hang in here. Don't panic, all right? Moving on next, we got the median sales price. And again, looking from here, the trend up. That was in late 08 and early 09. This slide right here is the median, the slide you just looked at, but on a running average. So notice there again, the summer of 07. Here's where we are now. Again, I'm thinking we're going to probably have a little bit of softening because of the bank stuff. Now, here's the number of sales per month. Now, we just talked about we were going to have probably a little bit of softening, but I want to say something. If you look right here, that was in January of 09. We had only about 413 units sell through our entire MLS. I went back to 91 to find months that were that few. In fact, if we compare many of the months and go back to that month in the corresponding year, you're selling units at a comparable rate of what we did in the early 90s. Now, here's the bottom line. Consumer confidence is starting to pick back up. We're seeing that in sales. We saw that in the Christmas sales this year. The bottom line is they're starting to come back. So in addition to that, the investors are starting to look and say, you know what, now's the time to come in. In our particular MLS, the rental market is fantastic. Listen to me, you investors, fantastic, okay? You need to be jumping in if you're not. Here's the number of sales, and notice that we trailed down just a little bit, and that was in basically through 09 and then down through 10. Two reasons that we're starting to trail a little bit on the number. Number one, interest rates have creeped up a little bit. But even probably a bigger factor, we had that new home buyer credit, and that brought people stampeding in, okay? Get back! That brought them stampeding in, all right? Now, we're starting to look, in our active listings, I want to share with you, the active listings are a little higher than what I'd like to see them right now. What that means is we got a lot of supply out there. Now, if consumer confidence picks up, that could correct, okay? If investors jump in the market, that could help offset that. And if move-ups jump in, that could offset the inventory that's coming from the bank-owned. So don't panic. All right, moving on. Active listings on a 12-month running average. You can see right here we're starting to trend up a little bit. Higher than what I'd like to see. The months of inventory, good news. 6 months, Joe, 6 months on the number of inventories where we want to be. If you notice right here, we're a little bit above, and this is our entire MLS. Now, moving on, something that you buyers out there, I know I just told you that they may decrease by 4 to 5%, okay? I can see your minds turning. In fact, wow, some of you need to stop thinking out there a little bit. Here's the bottom line. If you could see this right here, interest rates are starting to come back up. In fact, about 4 to 5 weeks ago, the government put in another $6 billion to try to hold rates down, had no effect. We're probably going to see them continue to go up. I'm not panicked that you're going to see 5, 6% increases. I do think you could see 1 to 2. Now, for you people that were thinking a minute ago, 4 to 5% decrease, wow, $250,000 home, price is going to drop by about $12,500. So you're thinking, wow, I'm saving $12,500. Just to let you know, this little bip right there is about a 1.5 or 2% increase from where we were even 6 weeks ago. Bottom line, calculate this out. 30-year mortgage, I saved $12,500 on the buy, but with the 1 to 2% increase, it could cost me over $100,000 in interest over the life of a 30-year mortgage. Think about it. Okay, the number of sales. We're talking about 250,000 and greater. That represents the red area. 250 and less represents the blue area. Bottom line, lender standards are still incredibly tight. To buy a house right now, you have to prove you can afford it. So anyway, we're hoping that's going to loosen up just a little, all right? Now, great news for us, inventory levels. Remember we talked about them being 6 months was where it needed to be, right? Well, here's the 160 to 180 price range, and I doubt you can see this, but it's 5 months. Here's 180 to 199.9, 4.9 months. And the range that's been the most popular all year long, the 200 to 250, is at 5.8 months. It's below 6, people. We're seeing some positive signs. Okay? Recap from 2009 to 2010. Oh, the crowd just came in. Hey, the average price has gone up 6%. Very nice crowd. I'm saying. The median price has gone up 4%. Okay. The residential units sold has actually gone down 7%. Okay.
Ooh.
Inventory levels are down 1%. Inventory levels are different than the number of listings. The inventory levels, that is a good thing. It means that the pace that we're selling right now will burn through the number of standing units at a faster rate than it would have in 2009. That's a good thing. Okay. One thing I would like to do is go back to that slide because I didn't finish off. Number of foreclosures, and this is fantastic news, is down 12% from what it was in 09.
Woo!
That's absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, because until the number of people going into foreclosure slows down, nothing else is going to matter. So we're seeing some positive things. And interest rates, although they are rising right now, they're still, if you compare it to historic levels, those of you who are around in 1981, let me give you something, 18, and that's not an age. That's what the interest rates were, okay? So here's what I'm saying. We're still got some positive things. I'm not saying we're out of the woodworks yet. We need two things. We need jobs, okay, and we need consumer confidence. If those two things come around, 2011, in my prediction, I think it's going to be similar to what 2010 was. It even could be a little bit better. The true recovery will probably come a year to two down the road. But I'm very optimistic for this year. I think it's going to be very similar to last year. And you buyers, hear me now. You buyers out there, watch the bank on stuff because you're going to be able to get some deals. And you investors, be watching because you're going to get some deals. You move up, people. And now you sellers, here's the other side of the coin. If you need to sell, do not chase the market down. You got to price your home right because you're going to be competing against those bank owns. Any questions? Don't make me come out there. All right. This is Bill McAfee. I'm with Empire Title. Really appreciate your time and hope this is useful. Thanks.